I liked you. I really did, actually. And I know that you wouldn't take what I say as anything more than just, I don't know, drama. You would interpret, I would say, my feeling of intimacy and connection to you as drama. But it's funny because after you and one other guy, actually, I just had a big realization, which was, accumulative. It was at the end of all of these different random encounters, and especially after the pandemic, after the lockdowns, and I thought to myself, life is so short, and no one promised us tomorrow, and you can't put anything off now. There's no point to put anything off, to wait, because you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen in your life, in the world, whatever. I don't know, so I thought to myself, I would rather make something for you, in a way. For myself also, of course. I mean, in essence, I'm trying to understand you without, obviously, the ability to mind read, but just you as human, and me as human, and these things that we are not unique, or different, or novel, or new. They are universal, they are primordial, they are ancient. People have gone through, two men together have gone through what we went through in different ways, and feeling, and all of this, and I know that we only knew each other in any real way for about 2 weeks. But, 2 weeks could be a meaningful relationship, right? I mean, it depends how much time you put on something, like emphasis. For example, young people, when they die and they're 27 or something, or they're 20, and they're famous musicians or poets or artists or whatever, or the ones that they die and they're 80 or they're 90 or they're 100, it's because the ones that die younger, perhaps part of the reason, or is because they invest so much time, so much of their life in that short amount of time, and so it's super imbued, it's hyper-focalized into this beautiful fire burst of existence, of life, right? And I think how I felt with you was like that it was a fire burst of desire, and I don't regret, anything, and this album and this music is not about going, well, hey, you were wrong, or I was wrong, or any of that sort of nonsense, but simply to express the sentimentality, I guess, the beautiful fading nostalgia, the impermanence of connection, which for both of us, I think on our reflections in our own space and our own times in that 2-week period in late March, we realized that we both didn't really want a relationship. Obviously not with each other, but maybe not, period, with anyone at this time in our lives, and that's totally fine. But I guess I just wanted to convey in this piece that I did feel something, even if it was only for a short period. I do believe now, reading all of this literature, psychological studies, everything, it seems not so far from the truth that, yes, one person, two people, can actually have something that feels like a full-blown relationship in 12 hours or 24 hours or 2 weeks. It's like the quality, it's the emphasis that you put into it. It doesn't have to be 20 or 40 years long, a relationship. And I think that that's really powerful to realize, but it's also, unfortunately, the stepping stones to sort of small heartbreaks each time you do that with someone, And I think that all I want for you, Jaggy, is love, I think that's the thing I realized, is that I do love you, in your own way, with all of your flaws, and all of your little vulnerabilities. And I remember you eating that what do you say, it's the rolled sandwich, gyros, or souvlaki, in your car, and talking about your uncle, and talking about your family. And that was really beautiful. That was really in the hinterlands of vulnerability that you did that. And also the second thing, like I'd say in this album and these songs, that obviously the big one for me also was that you saved that possum. It would have died. It probably would have been run over. And you saved it. And that really made me want to desperately fall in love with you. But I also knew that love takes time. It takes months and months of connecting and all of these things, if not years. At the same time, I say this about a 2-week relationship, but that's the emotionality. That's you know what I mean? That's real love is something which vulnerability leads to intimacy, and intimacy, if it's done in a long burn rather than a short explosion of desire, that's what leads to love. But I can still love you in a way that is to say the same way that I love life, or I love a tree, or I love a bird, or an animal, or, another person in the street. It's that sort of love. I give it to you because I don't want it returned. I give it to you because I think you're worthy of it, and because I think on some level you really want this, But I don't need to have anything back from you. And I just wanted you to also know that you are loved, and you will be loved probably forever as well, because love is eternal in that way. It transcends us, and it envelops and engulfs and encapsulates us as well. So, yeah, I love you, Jaggy. Enjoy the music, please, and enjoy your life, and be beautiful inside, not just outside, Love is radiance. It's efflorescent.